extraction fan, that's a Sydney extraction fan, and this is an emergency exit. That's my best friend. I've known him my whole life, and I'm showing him the underwater search unit for the first time. He can't quite believe it either. Right, it's Sunday, and I'm gonna start working on some vans. So this is what we've got here today. This is an ex-Police Riot van. I gave it a wash off about 6 o'clock last night underneath. Not thorough, just in the main places. The main places I'll be concerned for corrosion and stuff like that. Giving the engine and gearbox a wash off. Going to get that running for a couple of hours and see if we can see any leaks. Really impressed with this vehicle actually. It's surprisingly very good. But yeah, I'm going to do the inspection report now, see what condition the tyres are in and stuff like that, and then proceed to what's next. It's a bit early for me to work out what it is. Finished washing this Crafter off, and trust me, well, you can see there's a lot of shit that's come off underneath this, but I tell you what, it was worth it because we are rewarded with a really, really clean vehicle. I'm going to do the inspection report now and just get to know this vehicle a little bit better. Right, I've just finished conducting the inspection report for the tyres, and I can't believe it, but it's got a brand new set of Goodyears on each corner, including the inners. It's unbelievable. Real good use of the public's money, of course, by the police service. Well done, guys. But yeah, let's look at the rest of this thing. So, I've had it running for a couple of hours. No signs of any leaks. That's what we like to see. And this one took me a bloody long time to wash off underneath because there's no heat in the steamer. It always takes at least 3 times longer when there's no heat. But I kind of enjoyed it. And it's just come up really well. The arches at the back here, this is the bit where you're going to find rust. I'm going to have to drop it down a little bit actually just to get a little bit closer in there. And yeah, they've come up really well. Not really sure what's been going on here because obviously the rest of it's white and that's black. Just trying to but it's solid anyway, so that's all that matters really. That's what we're looking for. Got the chassis mounted diesel heater. Probably won't work, but with a bit of playing it probably will, so I'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, this is unbelievable. This is a 2008 Crafter, known to be absolute rock boxers, and it's all looking good. Brake lines are looking nice. Check out these brand spankers, living the dream. Super tidy wagon. So yeah, that's the underneath of this Riot van, and yeah, are you surprised as I am? Because to be honest with you, when I bought this vehicle I was thinking, well, it's probably unlikely to be any good, you know, because you can't go and view them. So based on the bodywork and my experience of these vehicles, I thought, well, it's nice mileage. Surely the diff, the gearbox and engine are going to be half decent, so I'll buy it at the right price. I'll use it for spares. But today I thought, right, let's just go back to that one and give it a thorough wash off underneath, and this is what happens. You get rewarded. Right, check out this Crafter C50 ex-Riot van. It's actually quite old for coming directly off the police service, in my opinion. 2008, so they've had it for some time. My maths isn't brilliant these days, so but I'm guessing that's 12 plus 5, 17 years. Well, that took me a while. So they've had it for 17 years. I've got the full service history. Not that that means anything, it just shows that it has been serviced regularly. You don't get any detailed breakdowns, unfortunately. There's no information that the cam belt's been changed, so expect that that requires to be done. But the condition's actually surprising. So it's actually got 6 brand new tyres on it. Obviously, the expected is what's going to let this vehicle down is the body, and that's exactly what is letting this vehicle down. So on the rear doors, obviously you can buy these panels, so that just needs a basic repair. It needs repairs everywhere. The thing is, you could use this vehicle for a number of years and not get these repairs done. They'll get marginally worse. But you know, if you have a budget to buy this vehicle, you want to use it and enjoy it, and you don't want to spend all that money immediately, you'll still be able to get this vehicle MOT'd, and you'll still be able to use it, and then at a later date make the investment. So it's just worth noting. Bit of welding here. All of these trims need taking off to investigate, but just looking in a few spots, I can't imagine there's much damage behind there. Driver's door. It's not too bad, to be fair. That's for the night heater. It's an inlet. Whilst I'm here, I suppose, 5 ton gross weight, 2 ton train. So that's what you can tow. Just a quick mention to these things here. These extra security locks. They're actually quite nice. I do notice over the years that people do like having those. Got the external scene light. Haven't currently got the internal lights working because it's taken me a long time to get the diesel heater running. But it is a clean vehicle mechanically. And the bonnet's not rotten. The arches are all good. Bottom of the door on that side there. And the sliding door is in really good shape. So that's always nice. So yes, it needs welding. Does it need doing immediately? No. If you do it immediately, is it going to be expensive? I suppose it depends what your budget is, but I would say if you took it to a professional, no more than £1,000, and this would be absolutely solid. Right, on the inside, what I do like about this, most of the time in these Riot vans, they've actually got a double seat in the front. And a lot of people do like the singles because they like to turn them around. And when you do put a single in for a customer, it's very difficult to find the floor mats. Another thing worth mentioning is when they've got a bulkhead, you've got to take that out to enable people to put captain seats in, and then finding these trims here and the finish is pretty difficult. Just noticed here, because I've been on the roof about an hour ago, it's very important, that's what I do, because usually the seals for the ceiling extraction fans and stuff like that are gone. So I'll wash it all off on the roof, and then I renew the silicone later on. And as you can see here, it was probably a good idea that I did that. So yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we can get one more seat in it, I can take it to a HGV that's much cheaper than a HGV test, i.e. if it's got 9 or more seats, it's classified as a bus, and you can take it to lots more MOT centres, which is £54 in comparison to 140. So that's what I'll be doing, and I can do that very easily because of the unwind tracking. So I could probably get a double seat here in the back, perhaps. I might have to take one of these cupboards out in the meantime whilst I do that, but it's still worth saving the extra bit of money there for me. Okay, so got a light here, lights all here. So basically they are turned off and on in the front It basically acts as an isolator because you can turn them on independently on the switches. There's the 90 control. I'll just turn that on. I had to swap all sorts of stuff to get that going, but it runs really well. It's going to get noisy in just a second. This is quite cool. I actually can't remember ever having a Riot van with a hatch where you can get on the roof. I really can't. I must have done. I've probably had I've probably had about 200 of these vans over the years. Look at that. That's cool. We're on the roof. Haven't done an absolutely amazing job of the roof, but it's certainly better than it was. And it really was to get around these areas here and renew the seals. So yeah, that's quite cool. So that's a ceiling extraction fan, that's a ceiling extraction fan, and this is an emergency exit. Here's the cell in the back, which if I hadn't got into dealing with vans, I probably would be in. So yeah, this is quite a nice tight space. I mean, I'm pretty skinny. I'm not sure how big there's big ass criminals fit in there, but not too bad, I suppose. Anyway, some sort of storage racks here. So all of this stuff is easily taken out. So if you wanted to obviously design your vehicle, you can design it with all of this stuff taken out. It's essentially design it as an empty shell. Lots of people that I've met over the years do actually just keep the lining in because it is insulated and it does save you a lot of money and time. Some people like a better finish. Some people like to know that it's been insulated properly, so they tend to rip them out. But in my opinion, one of the benefits of buying a vehicle like this is that all of this stuff's in here. You might as well make use of it or just get another vehicle. So yeah, that pretty much sums up what's going on here in the back. Underneath the passenger seat, that's where the leisure battery is. When this vehicle came in on Friday, I put it on charge straight away. It's come around really well. I've actually got the battery cover off here. I actually remember when I first started doing these vans years ago, it took me ages to work out how to put all that stuff back in there. But yeah, it's got a relatively new battery by the looks of things, which is nice. And it's a bit smaller than what usually fits in here, but it has been professionally secured in place. That's nice. All the operating manuals in there for how everything essentially functions on the vehicle is still present. That's also quite nice. There's the night heater kicking away. Just a quick look at the unwind tracking seats here. That's how simple they are to take out. Turn, pull, take away. So yeah, I mean, I will MOT this van because I'm fairly certain it will go straight through a test. The horn isn't working at the minute, but that doesn't work on any Riot vans 95% of the time when they come out because of the way they're decommissioned. So yeah, turn the ignition on. No horn. Cab heaters didn't work either. The electric windows didn't work either, but that's all fixed now. And the main beam is all good. So yeah, I've been quite productive today actually. I have to say, these seats are quite nice. Seeing lights on the side. And actually, talking about Riot vans, they usually have windows the whole way down as well. So this is quite an attractive prospect. And if I didn't have so many issues in my life, i.e. way more vans, I'd probably be tempted to really put some time into this. But you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to do it for me. For yourself. Yeah. Nice little isolated switch here. So you can actually keep, with a little bit of messing around, you can keep all of this stuff in tow. And if you wanted a vehicle to use to go on holiday with, it's pretty much set up. If you can make a couple of modifications in the back, the electrics and everything else is going to hold up for you. Right, I suppose I better start it, really. I will pop the bonnet whilst I'm around this side. She is. Don't you just love the way they take the stickers off? I mean, I know a lot of people like to repaint these vehicles anyway, but still, what the hell were they thinking? Now, it has got a engine management light on there. I'm still trying to wrap my brain back to whether they had them on these old Crafters on the 2.5s. Pretty sure it shouldn't be that. Pretty sure it should come on with all the other lights and then go off. Now this one's still present. Let's see if it's on when we turn the engine on. Okay, it's not on. Well, I actually couldn't fulfill my inspection report because I've lent my OBD scanner out. But I will plug this vehicle in and see if there's anything on the OBD, on the engine ECU, and for all the other ECUs on it for that matter. Well, the control units, pardon me. Little glance down at the Riot buttons there. I've noted that's missing in the inspection report. 12 volt power works. That just wants attaching back into place. They're pretty much always hanging out on these vans. Right, let's go see what she's like under the hood. Well, it just looks like an engine, really. I'll bandage that back up. See, on these vehicles, when they go to the coach builder, they splice into various wiring systems to add the light functions and stuff like that. So it's just worth noting on these police vehicles. But yeah, it's a pretty nice van. It's nice mileage. It's really good underneath. It'll go through an MOT. The police reckon it's not due a service for another 10,000 miles or by September. So it's been really well serviced. They've probably put the best part of my maths isn't very good, like I said at the start of the video, probably the best part of £1,000 worth of tyres on it, and then let it go. So thumbs up to the police service. Smashing vehicle. Now, I did sell one of these vans to a guy in the last 6 months, and he did want some seats, particularly this Crafter pattern. So if you could sacrifice 2 seats, it would make one of our customers very happy. But yeah, I'm probably going to get to doing these few more jobs to finish off my day. And I think this vehicle is going to be really good value for somebody that's willing to, I suppose, willing to buy a good van. Because yes, it needs some jobs, but they're only bits and bobs really. And I do like the 5-cylinder 2.5s. The newer 2 litres, I really don't like them. So yeah, great prospect for somebody. All right, see you later. Just wanted to mention that I will be putting 9 more seats in the vehicle for the MOT, but if indeed you convert this into a camper van and it meets the criteria for a camper van, i.e. a bed and a few other bits, You can take it to most MOT centres as well, even though it's a 5-ton gross weight, and have it tested as a camper van. It doesn't need to be camper van on the logbook, it just needs to meet the requirements on the day. Just checking this van out from this angle though. It is a clean van, really clean van. Yeah, boy. Right, there she is, all parked up and done, next to the Volkswagen LT. It's actually the exact same length. So that's £15,000 including VAT, and this is £5,000 including VAT. That's done 40,000 miles, that's done 128,000 miles. And people say, well, you're putting a really high price on that, you're ripping people off. And just in case anyone was wondering, this is what the underwater search unit is. This is actually one of my new projects. I've decided that I indeed would rather live in a vehicle than buy or rent a house, for many reasons. But yeah, this is what I've chosen. A 2003. I paid a small fortune for this, and many would say, wow, I can't believe you paid that much for a 2003. Well, they're just the best, so there you go. If you want to see any more of this, let me know, because I'll happily show you. We are in the office with the documents. So yeah, V5 has on it that it is taxation class police, so technically speaking, that would need to be changed before you can drive it on the road. You can actually tax it online, and it does come up as tax for 12 months if you enter the document reference number that's on here, but I think it's frowned upon or it's illegal. I'm not sure. That's a paperwork exercise that we can assist with. It's pretty simple. In fact, you can find the details of that on our website under the terms and conditions. Here's the service history. As you can see, it's obviously had services regularly, which is great, but we've got no idea what's been done in some circumstances. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it. It's got a recall here, same as my Mercedes. I think it was on... Let's have a quick look at it. What was it to do with? The airbags. Okay. Well, I haven't done anything with mine, but then again, I haven't crashed mine yet, so might be worth exploring what that means as well. But yeah, I'll finish off the inspection report and get it on the site. Here we are on basefan.com. All you need to do is make an account, make a bid of £5,000, and then if no one else bid, you can own this van for £5,000. It comes with a new MOT. Just scrolling down here, here's the inspection report that I was talking about. This is really detailed. I did this today, and it just shows you really how good this van is. So check that out, and I think you'll be really pleased with this kind of vehicle. So that's the Volkswagen Crafter. I think that van is really good for someone that only has, say, a budget of realistically £8,000, because you need a bit of money to do the conversion, you need the money for the insurance, taxation, you need a bit more of a budget, right? So it's a good option, and then further down the line, when you can put more of a budget towards the vehicle, you can get the bodywork and stuff like that done. But immediately, someone with an £8,000 budget can get a vehicle that is pretty damn good. And there is the fact that you do need to have the pre-1997 license or grandfather's rights. Wait there, you need a HGV license. But still, it offers great value to someone. So it could make £5,000, and it could be a really good option for you. I'm happy with £5,000. Anything else that I get more than £5,000 is fantastic. I'll be able to reuse that money and improve my facilities. So the more the merrier, right? But if no one else bids in 3 days' time and your bid's £5,000, I can't wait to meet you. You've got a great van.